obviously, to the Invideo group on Facebook. We're going live on 2 of the Facebook pages, to YouTube and on the web. And I'll explain all about web broadcasting after John's instructional video, because I made a video about it with Invideo, of course. Okay, so when the countdown clock's finished, we should be live everywhere. And I can now take the card off screen. Well, I can shrink it. Hello, John.
Good afternoon, Stephen. How are you today? Oh, no, I already know you're all right.
Yeah, sunburnt yesterday. Good walk in the London parks, the Hyde Park and the one at St James's Park as well. We went through all the parks yesterday, so it was a good day. Right, okay, so here we are with Inspired by Invideo, and just going to say welcome to the show. And this theoretically, possibly, is Inspired by Invideo, Season 1, Episode 74, all about marketing video creation. Right, what are we talking about, or what are you talking about this week, John?
We're going to talk about transitions. We haven't visited transitions for 18 months, so we're revisiting them, and there's a load of new ones as well. And then following transitions, we're going to look at special texts, because one of the people, Sabir, was complaining that he couldn't find any decent lower thirds on the internet and everything was fuzzy. And we're going to show him, well, we've already shown him one-to-one, but we're going to show everybody how there are lower thirds already built in. And he didn't even know those facilities existed. So other users must be in the same boat. And then we're going to finish off, get me words all mixed up now, finish off with how to make a shadow from a mask. Right. That's not a mask around here. That's a shape mask that you can put a video or an image in.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you are watching the show live, we thank you. If you make comments, we will endeavour to answer them after the video, but you're more than welcome to do so. You're more than welcome to visit the website as well and leave a comment. That would be nice. But without further ado, we'll take the video full screen, which it will in a second. Switch John's microphone off so we don't get an echo. Switch my microphone off so we don't get an echo, and press play.
To the Inspired by Invideo show. Here you can learn about how to use Invideo, ask questions and show off your videos. Stephen Healey is a content creator and facilitator for BeLive TV. I'm Upton, and I'm a video creator and general marketer for an agency based in the UK called Think and Do. Today we're going to talk about transitions. Now, what is a transition? A transition is an effect that covers the move from one scene to another. So it happens here where the scenes join together, and it covers part of this scene and part of this scene. So the important thing to remember here is that you have something really important at the very end of the scene, or something really important at the beginning of the next scene. It's got every chance that the transition will cover that over. So you need to think hard when you use cover that over. So you need to think hard when you're using transitions, and how is the transition going to benefit you. So I've got 2 5-second scenes here just to allow us to see how it works. The first thing I'm going to do is add a couple of videos. I'm going to put one on this scene and one on this scene, and I'm just going to use these 2 here, and I will drag it over and I'll drop it to add it as a layer, and there you can see continuous shots from there. But I'm just going to trim it to fit the current scene. So I'm simply going to hit this button here, and hey presto, I've got a video there. on scene 1. I'm going to click on scene 2 and I'm going to add this video here. Again, you can see all the way through, and I'm going to trim that to fit. So now if I bring my back to the very beginning and I hit play all from Seeker, we can see what we've got. We can see what we've got. There's a bit of a black line at the top and the bottom. I'm not going to worry about that. I'd stretch them out normally, but because this is just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to not worry about it. So here is the important thing. So we can add our transition here. The slash mark, by the way, in red means that there isn't a transition at the moment. As you saw, it just jumped from one to the other. But there's loads and loads of transitions here. Now you can see that there's some recommended ones, and when you hover over you get an indication of how it works. Now it says newly added animations and new, but that's a bit old, that is really, and I think it's perhaps time that the animations and new, but that's a bit old, that is really, and I think it's perhaps time that they remove the newly added innovate, because you've probably seen Pale has shown a video with some new styles on. So we've got recommended, newly addeds which aren't new, that new, and have been around a while. Curls in, the big reveals, and these are similar to the animations that you can find in the animation section when you're using animations at the start and end of a video, of a scene. Got further animations here, there. Got overlays, so we can have a circle, a disc, spin, fan, and oh, some new ones here. And these are the new ones that you've seen recently here. So these are the really new ones. Rolling candies, pumpkins, rains. Now, one of the things to notice is that with things like the rolling candy, you don't actually cover the entire screen, though that may suit your needs, but things like Pumpkin Full House will completely cover the screen during the thing. So let's remember that whatever we do, we'll steal some from here, and let's select. Oh, before I select Pumpkin Full House, or in fact I will select Pumpkin Full House, and then we'll just pop back. Can you see now it's changed from slow? Click there. There's a whole load more all the way down here. Coloured gems, chocolate rains, lanterned up. You know, loads and loads of things that you can play with. So I've got some pretty lanterns, green and leafy if you're making a garden video, or record twirl. There's just so many different things that you can do here. It's not true. And the colours, you notice the blue there, you can change the colours using the project colours. We look here, we've got light leaks, flashes and corner flashes, brushes, and shutters. I do like the shutters myself. I've used those on quite a few of my videos. So you can have a black aperture, metallic aperture, slow shutter, multi-directional, video camera, and then glitches. The whole world seems to love glitches. To me, they're the biggest, horrible, most thing going. But if it's your game, enjoy them. So we went to here and we added a Pumpkin Full House. So let's click to go to the beginning. when you click at any time, it will move the striker, the pointer, whatever you want to call it, to wherever. And now if we click play all from Seeker, you saw the pumpkin fall there. Now the really important thing was that stole roughly a second from here and a second from here. And if we bring the Seeker along, we can see, you know, that it starts. In fact, it's a bit more than a second. It's more like 1.5 seconds or even 2 seconds. So where we are. So that's a 5-second video. So that's actually starting 2 seconds before. And if we go here, it's finishing about 1 second, roughly 1 second in. So it doesn't equally hang over here. You can see it's 2 seconds before it starts and it's 1 second-ish when it finishes. Or is it? Yeah, 1 second-ish when it finishes. Okay, so that is what a transition is. I thought I'd allow us to see a bit more of what you can do with transitions. So I've added another 4 scenes to my video. All I did was duplicate scene 2, change the video that's on there, and now we're going to add more transitions. So let's go to here and let's look at a shutter. Let's use the digital camera shutter. Let's go to this one and let's go and use a more sort of traditional one, mad angles. Okay, let's go to this one and we could have a wipe in from the right. Let's go to this one and let's look for another one of those pretty things. Chocolate rains, coloured gems. Yeah, quite like the coloured gems, so let's add the coloured gems. Okay, so I'm going to save that and I'm going to export. If we just revisit the mad angles, you'll have seen in the video that they were yellow. Let's play it again. And you could see that the mad angles were yellow. Now, one of the things I told you could do is change the template color, sorry, the color of the transition. So if we were to go here and let's use the preset, let's go red, and then we were to play it again, so you can see that if we change the color, we have, well, it was yellow, let's make it blue. Let's move back, play again from the Seeker, and now the colours are blue. Sabir posted in the group that he couldn't find any decent lower thirds on the internet, and all those he found were fuzzy. He didn't realise that this magic little text thing over here does a whole lot more than just text. And in fact, there's textiles, there's classic, there's modern, and there's these things called Astons. Now, Astons is a very historical term for lower thirds. Lower thirds were invented by a company called Aston TV, and they were in the city of Birmingham in England, where I live. Well, I live about 8 miles from the city, but I'm pretty sure that Aston TV went bust a good 40 to 45 years ago after they'd invented lower thirds. So these are lower thirds. They're called Astons, and as I said, that's because they were invented by Aston TV. And if we click here, we can see a whole load of different ones we can use. So let's take this one, add it on. You can't see anything, so let's just change the canvas color. So let's make our canvas white, and let's just change the color of the lower thirds. So the text color, let's make that red. Okay, so back to our lower thirds. They're here, and there's loads of them ready for you to use. As well as the Astons or lower thirds, there are social media credits that you can repurpose, and you can see there are different styles for different and covering different social media versions. Scroll back up to the top of them, go back in. There are location boxes, again different styles to meet different needs. There's this section called More, where you've got these annotation boxes, so as you can see there, you've even got a thinking box, and then you've got loads of animated text that you can customize for your own needs. Back again, there's music stuff. So you've got some animated music stuff. Halloween search boxes. So we've got different styles of search boxes. And if we scroll back up above the Astons or thirds, there's also these modern things again that you can drag on and add to your thing, change the text, etc. Yeah, and there's a whole host of those, as you can see. And also above the modern, there was the classics. Okay, and put that over the top of the one, but let's move them there. And as well as the classics, there's some traditional textiles, so you can, you know, create some horror. There we are. So let's put that blood red. So there. So there's a whole host of tech stuff that you can access to improve the look and feel of your project. Masks give you the ability to use a load of great differential shapes that you can fill with a video or an image. Let's have a quick look. So if we click on masks, you can see that there are loads of shapes, absolutely loads and loads of them. But one of the things we quite often want to do is make them look a little bit more of a standout, and a good way to do that is to use a shadow. So let's pick this one here and we'll add it to there, and for the sake of simplicity, let's add an image. But let's just use the poppy. My mistake, I should have dragged the poppy onto the mask. Okay, so we've got now a mask, but we'd like to make it a bit more interesting with the shadow. So the easiest thing to do is to do Control C, Control V, which gives us two masks, and then fill the mask with a color. Now I've loaded up in my folders two color blocks. They're simply black and white. So if I drag the black color over, but bear in mind you could create any color block you wanted. Let's replace the image, and now you can see we've got that. What we can do then is move that over to create a shadow, yeah, and swap them images around. and you can see that now we have a perfectly formed, may not be exactly where you want it, but you can then move that around to create whatever level of interest you think is appropriate. I hope you found those useful. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to post in the group. We'll be only too pleased to answer them. Stay safe out there. See you again soon.
Is the video finished?
I think so.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so take the video off full screen. Thank you, John. Right, okay. Now, for the first time in a long time, I actually made an Invideo video this week. So I'm going to make a few alterations. I'm going to switch off my background, so it's just me. So this is what my office actually looks like. And take that video, John's off screen for the moment, and bring this video on screen. Now, today we're actually broadcasting not only on Facebook and YouTube, but actually on the internet, on my website. So I did a short video to explain why and how we can do this. So I'm going to put the video full screen, switch John's microphone off, switch mine off, and just press play. It is only a short video, but it does get the message across. That's it, really, because it's not very complicated. So let's hide that video, and that video will disappear, leaving John and myself. And if I now screen share, so take the video entirely, and I now go to screen share, hopefully this will work, and go to the Chrome tab, and using RTMP, we are live on the website. And if I bring the website into the studio and put it full screen, so we're going to go full screen with the website, show it in the broadcast, put it full screen, and if I scroll back up the page, you can see that this live broadcast that we're doing now is actually on the Inspired by Invideo page, and there you can see it from a moment ago, and eventually you'll see it properly. Now the website runs about 20-30 seconds behind what you're actually seeing in the Invideo group at the moment, but eventually it will catch up to more of showing the website in a second, and it just works, and it's all done via RTMP, and you'll find out exactly how to do it in several videos that I've done on the website. But it is the way forward. Instead of working for Facebook and YouTube, is to actually put your videos, and definitely your live videos, onto your website. Your website is something that you own, and you should be making more use of it, because the simple answer is, and I'll stop sharing now, is that if you broadcast, let's take that off screen, if you broadcast on your website, you're actually not spending time on Facebook and YouTube, and you're actually spending it earning money rather than earning money for Facebook and YouTube. So that's my take on things. Right, okay, no questions this week, and I can hear the fish in the tank behind you, John. Are you frozen? No, you're not frozen.
fish in the tank, I'm using crisp. Otherwise, you'd be hearing the drill that's going outside my house.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay. Well, we've no questions today, so over to you, John, to close the broadcast.
Yeah, I'd just like to talk about a little bee in the bonnet I've got at the moment, and that's the constant request for, can I have a fashion video? Can I have a fishmonger's video? Can I have a car mechanics video? With just a little bit of thought and a little bit of planning, you can use any template, right? That's a template people are asking for. Can I have a fashion template? Can I have a fishmonger's template? Can I have a car mechanics template? You can use any template for any marketplace. Okay, so it's not necessary to actually have a fashion template, a car mechanic template, etc. So that's my little bee in the bonnet at the moment, and a few people have agreed with me on the Facebook page. So that's me and Stephen today, and it's goodbye from him over there. No, he's over there. No, he's down there. And it's goodbye from me here in the Midlands, close to the home of Astons. Bye.
Indeed. Bye.